it's interesting that what a day to have this on. Did you realize that actually this marks the anniversary of the very first day the Texas State Legislature ever met? In February the 19th, 1846, the last Congress was over as a republic, and they gathered for the first legislature today. So it's really an honor to be here, and these great statesmen that have already spoken. I certainly, as you will determine pretty quickly, that why they had me come last, right? Because you will easily forget about what I have to say. Now, my family's been Baptist for 300 years, and so we came to this country in 1626. I know we should have gotten further along than we have, but this is the best we can do. I was born in Louisiana, raised in Arkansas, so got here the fastest we could. But I always learned that when you're giving a speech, if you go, how many of you have been to a Baptist church? Raise your hand. Okay, a lot of you are going to heaven. The rest of you are is that you always had, the pastor always had 3 points, a poem, and a prayer, right? Well, I don't really have a poem, but I do have 3 points. And if you begin those points with the same letter, people tend to remember them. So I've got 3 H's to remember today. First of all, I want to let you know how happy I am to have been selected to serve. You know, it's one of the great thrills of mine and Lisa's careers and adult lives is to enter this arena of politics. We spent 25 years in business raising our family, and then when we decided a year and a half or so ago to get into this crazy world, we knew that we were exactly where we were supposed to be. We did not know if we would win. We didn't know what the results would be or how it would go, but we knew we were where we're supposed to be. And if that's where you are in life, everything else just seems to flow a lot easier. And the friendships and the relationships is what I'm so happy about that we have met. And the community, I really believe that Denton County and the communities that make that up is absolutely the best county in Texas. There's no question about that, hands down. The things that we do in organizations like Myra mentioned, communities and schools, with our CASA organization and the CAC and the CCA, Christian Community Action, and what they do, it's just incredible what we do. And I'll stand with Tan. There is absolutely no reason anybody in Denton County should spend a night on the street or should have a meal passed them. We should be able to work as a community, and it can't be just government. We have to get everybody together to make sure that we take care of our own. Also, I want you to know that I'm absolutely honored to stand with you. What a privilege, as Pat talked about, as we enter the Capitol every day. It still sends chills up my spine as we say that we have the privilege and the honor to work there. We certainly don't have the experience, I don't, that Tan brings or Myra brings or Jane or Senator Estes, but we want you to know we have the desire. And we have the honor to be able to stand with you and stand for you down here. It's an interesting, I'm not on the Appropriations Committee, but I've been counseled. So if you want to really know what goes on in Texas government, sit in on the Appropriations meeting. So I began doing that a couple of weeks ago. And now I've been sitting in for the last week and a half on one of the subcommittees where you really get down in the nitty-gritty. And I will tell you that looking around, and I'll admit this in this room but nowhere else, but Republican and Democrat alike, I believe in their heart, want what's best. Now, some of them are misguided in what's best, and we're correcting them on that, but they want what's best, and they take it very, very seriously. As Senator Estes talked about, he is on in Senate, he's the chair of the Homeland Security. I'm honored to sit on the Public Safety and Homeland Security Committee in the House, and we were having a hearing the other day, and our commander that's head of DPS was meeting with us, and they've requested a 50% increase in their budget, something like $600 million over the next 2 years, which is not going to happen, okay? And I understand that. However, and so it came down to me, and here I am, this I would say young freshman, but just say freshman, okay? I was quickly named Papa by the class, by the way, so thank you very much. And so I just had to ask, I said, sir, you've sufficiently overwhelmed us with your needs, and they all seem important. But what is the number one risk to the citizens of Texas? And we need to hear this. The number one risk to the citizens of Texas, and not just South Texas, but all over Texas, are the Mexican drug gangs. We had better be paying attention to that, because they will be, if they're not already infiltrating our communities. Certainly living on I-35 gives them a transportation route, and whatever we need to do is what we have to do to be able to stop that senseless violence and all that goes with that. So anyway, I'm honored to be standing with you, and finally, I'm very humbled to serve you in this state. I can't even imagine what it was like in 1846 when our first representative from this area, Representative Throckmorton, sat at his seat. Some of the desk, in fact, the desk I sit at today has been there since 1881. It's just amazing. You know, I got a letter on my desk when we first were sworn in from another representative that had done the research that, and it's going to be me again since I'm the most junior, as Pat reminded you, is that I'm the 43rd person ever elected to serve in the House of Representatives from Denton County in all that time. I mean, just think about the people. Only a little over 6,000 legislators have ever served in the Texas House. So how humbling it is to be able to do that. A couple of things as I finish up here that we're working on that I know that everybody in delegation is interested in, and that is the I-35 project. That's going to get started this summer. And as someone told me, as Mike told me the other day, you know, Denton County's all in. We've shoved our chips on the table, and we're putting the money up. You are for this project of Phase 1. Now, what we have to do, and what Tan and Myra and Pat and I will make sure that we're doing, is that we want to make sure that the Texas Department of Transportation knows there dang sure better be a Phase 2 coming right behind that, right? There's no Phase 1 stop. We've got to make sure that we keep going with that. And then also, if you haven't had the opportunity to do this, one of the things that just warmed my heart, I happen to be the vice chairman of the board of the Autism Society, the national organization, and I was honored. Where are UNT people here this morning? Are they here this morning? I was honored to go and tour their new Kristen Farmer Autism Center. University of North Texas is the leading university in the country on working and with young adults and young children with autism. And it's really, really important. 1 in 88 children born every day have autism. And if we don't deal with the issue now to help them be better, then we will deal with the issue later. And so I just want to really reach out to them and thank them for what they're doing.